It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, and so is the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it's the Washington Wizards as they'll be playing against the New York Knicks.
Bye, Ernie.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome, sports fans. The new year getting ramped up, always a roller coaster ride, which is fun. Brent, have you ever been on a team that, say, started slowly, then really turned it on late, or the other way around?
Well, I've been on teams that started slowly and finished slower, Kevin, if that helps you out at all. That's no
well, that's
fun.
Not good.
Yeah, no fun whatsoever. A little bit of both throughout 14 years of playing experience in the NBA, Kevin, and it's just interesting. This is why coaches are so often talking about asking for players to be on the roster that give you consistent effort and to try to stay as even-keeled as possible, whether things are going well or your team is performing poorly. You know there's still a standard at which you want each of your guys to perform at and consistently give you that effort.
So the New York starting five, they've got Jabari Parker, J.J. Redick is out there with Teague, and it's Brook Lopez, and it's Butler in at the three, and it's George missing. The Knicks off to a quick start here. It's a 5-point game. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Yeah, guys, they were forcing it a bit in that one and shot a relatively low percentage because of it.
Well, if I put it on the scale, Greg, the aggressiveness was an 8. The shot selection, a 2. Could have been a lot better.
Shot clock at 3. Redick with the bucket.
That's a smart play by J.J. Redick. He knows the D has no shot at blocking that floater.
Fox kicks to Levine. They set the pick. Pass to George. Will it go? Out left to the wing. A pass to Fox. Over Teague. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. The Knicks have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. And what was a wild ride of an offseason for the Knicks ultimately results in a regime change.
Yeah, I mean, players butting heads with executives, and when it came down to it, things just needed to change. If the Knicks picked the Zen Master over Porzingis, fans might have rioted in New York City, and hopefully the franchise can kind of start to right the ship. And that's just all about positioning. He gets boxed out, can't fight around it, and gets the over-the-back call.
Guys get excited about making something happen, but that was just a loss of composure right there. You can't go through the guy.
Lopez a screen. Here's Parker. Carter with the block. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's George. And Lopez pulls it down.
I give the defense a C+ on that possession, but still, I'm sure he's upset he missed.
Outside Teague. And there's the feed to Lopez. Fades away. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
And already the lead is significant. Excellent play on both ends.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
Yeah, it's a good time to talk things over. Try to stop what's been a brutal run.
Yeah, he's got to use every device at his disposal at this point, and I think he wants to give other guys a breather right now.
Now, here's Fox. He dishes it to George. Carter up top. Shot to end this cold run. The shot's good on the assist by George.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
T kicks to Butler. Here's Parker. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
After the knee injury that Parker suffered as a rookie, you just really hoped all that explosiveness would come back. It did in a big way. Unfortunately, had another tear of the ACL, which started the process over again. But given his track record, I think he'll be back to form.
Fox passes to Noel, uses the glass to finish the layup.
And that's one of Fox's strengths, trying to involve his teammates first. A really good passer who wants to play for his guys.
Screen by Parker. Takes the three. The shot, no good. And so the first quarter is in the books. It's the Knicks. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And what stands out? Wizards trail by 8. And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Washington. Carter out there with Paul George. And it's Fox. Then it's Zach LaVine. And it's Noel in at the center. To the middle. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Parker.
Now a chance to see the numbers for George. Last season, he played outstanding. 5th for free throw percentage, 14th in steals, and he ranked in the top 15 in points per game, one of the league's premier offensive threats.
And yeah, he was money from the charity stripe. Only a handful of players shot a better percentage last season. Tremendous asset. T kicks to Redick. He feeds it to Butler, passes it to Teague. Lopez a screen, 6 to shoot. Teague drives in, and the rejection by Noel. Carter with it, Butler covering. Butler against Carter, and stolen by Butler. And a fast break now for the Knicks. And laid in to finish the break. Butler's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Knicks.
Yeah, and Butler is a menace to the defense, partner. I don't think that was a Petty or a Manny. That was a facial.
There's a screen by Noel. Noel sets a screen for George. Brent, when you think back to some of your favorite teammates in your 14-year career, what characteristics do those guys tend to have?
I think about two things, Kevin. The first is competitive drive. You always are drawn to guys who on a daily basis just want not only their team to be their best, but they want to be their best. That's an attractive quality. And secondly, probably the idea about where basketball sits in terms of the priority in your life. I always appreciated guys who could go do their work, separate from their work, and enjoy the time in the moment that they had with teammates, with family, with friends. That kind of balance, to me, is an attractive quality.
The Knicks shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. No good on that one.
And Butler is a true leader, a guy his teammates look up to, and one of the best in our game.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Fox with it, picked up by Teague. Outside, George. Goes up to the stripe. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Lopez has got his third rebound tonight. Feeds to Redick. There's the pick. He kicks it to Butler. Over Carter. Shots good by Butler. Butler's got 5 points in the quarter.
And how about Butler just rising up from there? A solid shooter when he's in that mid-range area.
Washington calls timeout. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Knicks team.
Yeah, and they came out with a W every time they played this squad last year. A stark contrast drawn between the conference's haves and have-nots.
Unloads from 9. It'll go, and the Knicks lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from George.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Lopez, a screen on George. Lopez, a screen. And Parker, here we go. And the dunk by Parker.
Parker getting better and better at running these. He keeps the D guessing. That's a huge advantage for the offensive player.
Fox against T. Fox, a screen on Lopez. Redick against George. No good off the back of the rim.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
T kicks to Lopez. New York moving it around. 6 on the shot clock. Back to T. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Teague's got 7 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Levine sets the screen for Fox. The dish to Levine. Noel, a screen on Redick. Here's George. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. George has got his second bucket of the night. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports
Welcome back,
Halftime
everybody.
Show.
It's the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, New York holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They lead by 10. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on New York?
Well, I like it, Ernie, because they're just not settling for outside shots. You know, that part of the game is pretty when it's...
That'll do it.
And now the third quarter about to get going. Without question, Jeff Teague displaying his skills. Wizards trail by 10, and New York looking at who they've got. Teague out there with J.J. Redick. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Jabari Parker, and it's Lopez in at the 5 down low. George, no good.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space.
Ouch. I tell you what, Butler is a physical dunker. I mean, he takes his craft seriously. I just love watching this guy take off.
That Unleash Chaos Under Armour replay really giving us a good look at the action. Count the basket.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
New York leading by 10. Teague kicks to Redick. Outside Teague. At the top of the key, Lopez. Lopez sets a screen for Redick. And he drops it in from the low post. Redick's got the lead up to 12 now for New York. Brett, everyone knows J.J. Redick for his ability to shoot, but he does much more than that for a team.
Well, there's a lot of things that J.J. Redick does subtly on the defensive end as being a good positional defender, understanding where it is that 2 guards like to get their offense going, where J.J. can be complimentary on that end too. So it's not just the shooting. He plays a good bit of defense as well.
Dishes to Butler. Off target from outside. Wizards have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. And Fox has it in the corner. Noel sets a screen for Fox. Shoots off the screen. They get it again. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Washington shooting their first free throws of the game. 2 shots. And the first one drops. And Nerlens Noel out of Kentucky, slender and mobile and long. And Greg, he can cover ground in a hurry.
Boy, and you can see it in his rate of steals to go along with the blocks. That quickness is a huge asset in today's game. It's all about versatility, both offensively and defensively.
14 feet away, and it falls over the rim and in. And the Knicks lead by 10.
That was like a morning paper for Jeff Teague. Makes a great read and swings the ball around for a clean look at the bucket.
Where you at,
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. And over the past decade, we've seen the creation of several super teams. How hard is it to manage the various egos and make sure the touches are the same, or at least they understand why the touches are being doled out the way they are?
I think the teams that have great management and great coaches that are in touch with these guys, Kevin, understand what type of player are you getting, doing your homework and understanding, are these guys at a situation in their careers where they're still needing to prove something, or are they ready to get down to the business of winning? If it's about winning, that ego goes out the door.
And Redick kicks to Parker. Back to Redick. Outside Teague. Shot clock at 5. And the rejection by Noel. Here's Fox, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on J.J. Redick.
And I really love Fox's game. He's got a ton of room to grow, but boy, does he play with intensity.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. The first one falls. And he makes the first, but misses the second. The Knicks leading by 9. Back to Redick. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Lopez outside. A three-pointer off the mark. For Washington, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Levine against Redick. Levine can't hit.
Well, important to get great balance if you get bumped on your way to the basket. Still something that every player tries to get comfortable with.
Butler with the ball, and it's Carter picking him up. And it's Butler missing. Washington shooting under 40% all in all for the game. In the corner, it's Levine. Buries the long-range jumper. Levine's got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, instinctively, too. Fox there looking to be a ball mover, a facilitator. And that's one reason why his team is playing well.
There's 14 seconds left here in the third quarter. Screen by Parker. Teague kicks to Parker. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. 6 points for Parker.
Well, the defense might not want to give Jabari Parker that much space. That's just a really good read to get that shot off.
And so it's New York in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. Right back after this break. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up. 2K Sports, happy to have you with us. And so it's New York with it. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Levine is out there with Fox. Then it's Noel. And there's Carter. And it's George in at the 4 spot. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington.
I like how efficient Parker is. When he gets in that area, he's just smelling points.
No good that time. And New York the other way now. Outside, Redick. There's the pass to Teague. Kicks it to Lopez. Pass to Redick. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Teague, and the Knicks good for 2.
Well, the defense did a good job preparing for that pull-up, but the preparation, not enough.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
And J.J. Redick with the prototype when it comes to his release point on that jump shot. So quick off the catch. Always has his feet set and squared and ready to deliver that dagger.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, during that break, Kevin, I heard what Scott Brooks said to his team. He said, fellas, I know you're tired, but you can't coast now. You've got to go harder. This game is in sight. We got to power through and get it. Words from a champion. Back to you.
Hey, Greg, with Redick, that great shooting form he has is one of the reasons his game has aged so well.
And a lot of people wondered if Redick would be able to last in the NBA when he was drafted. Might have one of the longest careers of that draft class. Just keeps producing at any age. Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Fox kicks to Noel. They set the pick. Right side, George. A pass to Fox. Over Lopez. Washington gets it back. And that one's good. Noel.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Well, that's the second part of the equation there. Block out, be aggressive, and control the glass.
Lopez a screen. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And he wasn't going to get away with that one. Still in motion when he set that screen.
Yeah, really trying to sell it out there, but the official just, he ain't buying.
Wizards trail by 13. There's a screen by Noel. Levine kicks to George. They grab their own miss. Here's Noel. Some solid defense from Butler. For New York, they've got all three of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Outside, Redick. Some nice passing by New York here. Screen by Parker. And the rejection by Noel. To the middle. Hangs in the air. And it's sent back by Lopez.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Knicks.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season. And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jimmy Butler.
Well, he really contributed down there on the offensive end. Seemed like he was hitting anything he was putting up.
Teague dishes to Redick. The feed now to Parker. Back to Redick. Lopez, a screen on Levine. From downtown, Washington with the rebound. Carter, the pass to Levine. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
He's just so aggressive on that move. You have to come over fast and hard to stop him.
So it's New York picking up the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For great.
Levine with 21, Noel with 18 and 21, Fox and Carter both with 15 points, 6 boards. Fox had 9 assists. And Paul George probably having completely off night. 12 points, 9 boards, 2 for 11 shooting, 0 for 5 downtown. So he had a lot of wide open looks, but just not falling today. Butler with 33 and 9. Teague with 27 and 6. Parker with 24 and 9. Mr. Dick with 12 and 6. And Lopez with 12 and 21. Base guy got killed from the paint, and all the jacked up threes did not fall. Also didn't help that we started off down 11 before we even made our first points. But SummerSim, way it goes.